And we are back. Welcome to the Cows channel. For some unknown reason, our entire recording program crashed, which is not very good. So what the hell do? You have striking iron. Iron. Protector is who uses Bloodbane ability on other damage dealers and aggressively make use of defenders. Targeting is low health. She will attempt to remain mobile and alternate between Red Geyser and Seeking Sheath stations at high health. When in danger. Okay, I like that.
Let's have it then.
So. Have you so little to do besides I don't like you? I was trying to be impartial, but these freaking idiots make it of the Scarlet Course make it hard. Where is the Scarlet Course? Maybe they're outside of the camp, I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to the next stage then, whatever. Oh, the Scarlet Course camp, okay. 2 hours then. Oh my god, it's ambushed! I did not know this was a possibility. Combat. Combat. Who the hell are you?
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
Flashes of Aquawing body paint. She's a Tidecaster. The school was once a powerful sect. Oh god, she's going to want to. Diplomacy and truce recognized across, and is accustomed to harm another person. And okay, so don't necessarily hurt her.
You don't know me, but you knew my masters in their final days. I'm told that you and Binder Rogalis arranged for them to die in battle, rather than be fed to the voices of Nerat. A proper duel means something to my people. Thank you for giving my loved ones honor in their final moments. I owe you an apology, Peacebinder, for we have dishonored the surrender that you offered us in our year of defeat.
Yeah, you did.
I cannot excuse or defend our action. I leave that to history. But all the same, I am deeply indebted to you for treating my Tearsmen with charity and humanity, even in this time of madness. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
Okay.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope.
Oh, jeez, how does she have that much loyalty to me?
A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live.
He doesn't.
If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
He's dead.
I see. That is as I feared, but thank you for telling me.
She has loyalty 3.
I prefer closure to wishful thinking. If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Was that your husband?
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
Oh, I have questions for you.
We shouldn't be socializing with Oathbreakers.
I will entertain them as best I can. After all, understanding is the only hope we have. What is it you wish to know?
Why do you resist Kairos?
I grew up without my knee bent to Kairos, and if I'm going to bow to someone, let it be another Tearsman. We've ruled ourselves just fine for centuries, so we'll give our lives so that our sons and daughters might rule themselves.
The younger realms will be set with constant battle. You prefer
make
that?
conflict sound like a bad thing. Yes, the younger realms saw frequent battles, but it was never
love
this
the voice actors in this
wholesale
game.
slaughter like we've seen of late. No Tearsman ever cast an edict on the soil, or forced prisoners to kill each other, or butchered beastmen tribes.
Only your daughters are really freeing the Tears. Why fight against equality?
There's freedom, then there's trusting idiots with power. Give a man 1,000,000 marauders, he'll lose sleep worrying over his neighbor's 1,000.
You do understand
I
I'm
prefer
a
my
dude.
realms ruled by the braver sex. For centuries we've let the lands to the women, and the seas to the men. And we did plenty fine until Kairos came around.
What makes you think you have a chance?
Oh, we don't. Those who believed Kairos could be stopped all died years ago, in the first wave of fighting. It's not about the hope of victory. It's about the hope of inspiring others. It is very likely we will fall here in Vendrian's Well.
This is
But
amazing.
perhaps others will arise elsewhere.
But a mage like you would not be the subject of such superstition and fear under Kairos'
I doubt
reign.
life is any better sworn to some mad Archon. I'd rather stand with my fellow Tearsmen. Or, I suppose, stand immediately behind them in the event of an attack. Yeah, you heard me. Way things were years back, you'd all be calling me a water witch and conspiring to sell me out to the nearest sage.
What's the sage?
Just because I'm helping you stop
the longest
Kairos doesn't mean I've
survivors.
forgotten the hospitality
Oh.
of ages past.
And people wonder why the Tearsmen could never unite in time to fight back. It's refreshing to see that some things never change.
How did you and your friends overthrow the
I would
garrison?
joke that the voices of Nerat left the gate unlatched, but dozens of warriors lost their lives taking the citadel. There was no secret to it. We simply attacked with speed and certainty at a time when the Archons were elsewhere in the tiers. The Scarlet Chorus had a rout, and what few disfavored soldiers were present made an impressive showing. But they were surrounded and overwhelmed once the chorus fled.
Did you kill any prisoners with magic?
That's some sort of trick question? No, we don't kill prisoners, magic or otherwise.
Who's in charge of this insurrection?
Listen to you. Thinking just like the Overlord wants you to think. There always has to be a person in charge or things don't make sense. Well, we don't answer to anyone. We are each of us sons and daughters of the Tiers, and take this task upon ourselves freely. But Captain Tarkus Ari, former Falksman of Queen Vendrian Alanta, is the voice we trust when we seek unanimity.
I assume Ari and Deimos are
Yes.
relations.
Deimos was Ari's brother. We were certain he was dead, but the captain takes family seriously. So I volunteered to find some answers. And now here we are.
Were there prisoner swaps in the past?
That is our way, Binder. Here in the south, only thugs and bandits kill prisoners. The younger realms may be guilty of constant fighting, but we never slay
How
each
do I
other
have
when the
so much
battle's long
loyalty
over.
with her already?
We're not about to change that now. As a rule, Kairos' forces haven't been keen on swapping prisoners. But I know our disfavored prisoners aren't prisoners anymore. I just assumed they were swapped for some of our own. Fair enough. But now a question for you. The Edict. I can feel its magic coursing through the air. Everyone can. But those of us enlightened to the currents of magic feel it most. The wording of the Edict. What was it? So you will not say. I expect.
There's no reason to tell her that.
Can it be worse
Then
than
they'll know
endless
what
storms or
that I'm
fire
planning to
pouring from the
attack.
earth? Not that you'd answer that either. I've another question for you, if you will entertain it.
Are we really standing here and chatting with Oathbreakers? It's hard to watch. Like cuddling a goat you're going to kill for dinner.
Now, Verse, calm down.
When I was young, my parents told me the Tiers were special, and the Overlord's edicts and armies could never touch us. It seems I've been told a hefty sum of lies. So answer this honestly for me, please. Is it true that Tunon's fate binders can smell truth from falsehood? Thanks for that. I could see why you'd want to foster the mystique all the same.
Can I gain
The
her
School
as a
of Tides would
follower?
always tell commoners we didn't know how to summon drinkable water. Once they find out, you can't eat in peace. And Kairos' edicts. I have heard the sages speak at length that some of the edicts elsewhere in the world have been broken. How is this? Ah, so some edicts are forever. The rest are, as long as Kairos has in mind? Needless to say, Kairos' magic is unlike anything we've seen in any Archon. And one more mildly self-indulgent question, but I simply must know. Kairos, male or female?
I like this answer.
Fine, fine. I've heard that answer before. Sorry I asked. You'll forgive, I hope, the questions.
She has
The
almost
Overlord
tier
and his
5
Archons
loyalty
used to be
with
things
me.
of legend. Now they're everyday maladies, and I'm eager to separate the truth from the lies I've been told by house and guild. In accordance to our most ancient customs, let us depart in honorable accord. May peace find you, Fatebinder.
Ooh, I found loot. Ooh, I found more loot.
Will do.
That was very awkward, I'm not going to lie. Just want to make sure there's no more, I could have tried to kill her, but I didn't see any reason to, really. Alright, back to the Scarlet Course camp. 32 minutes. Obviously, I'll have to chastise them for not being able to keep their freaking base secure. If a mage and her bodyguards could easily slip through. It proves everything. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. They're fixing to fight. This is a foot we ought to be saving. What's the problem here? No problem here, Lord Binder. Captain Fuckway seems to be balking from. I think it's just because he's qualified, so I'm calling him out. Oh. If you have to prove it, but I'll have your hands and feet removed. This is for. I'll let you fight this out. You have gained favor with the Scarlet Corps. Come, who of you will be the first to meet my blade? Oh. Oh, can I watch? Oh, wow. Can I take their stuff? I can. So, can I see who for each? Oh, I can. Character sheet. How do I have unspent talent points? Because sworn I... Never mind. Oh, he has unspent talent points. Does he? Punisher. Requires 1 talent. Increases damage. Oh, I like that. And better braces for you too. Oh, his armor's locked. I can't do anything for that. Oh, I can give them potions and stuff that they can use? That's awesome. Saw no reason to, oh, yoink. What we got? Grain. Can I kill this thing? Apparently not. Okay.
No reason to tarry.
How do I select all? How does he drop anchor if he can't take his armor off? The guard places past this point is course territory. It looked like someone. I am Linnaeus, Fatebinder of Turin. I am here to vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was doing, but you seem too. Why exactly should I let you in? Because I can kill you. And more importantly, what's this hulking hulk of fun? Step in close, push her down. You gained favor and gained 89. You advance, put him, give her a stiff shove. I can't believe you sassed the Fatebinder. You're such a stupid punt. Didn't I tell you we had a special guest come? Come on in and don't let any of the nitties let in camp give you any guff.
On it.
What's this? Oh, I discovered a new sigil. Binder of Tunin arrives. Makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives, but worry not, we'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Fifth Eye beckons, wagging a blood-splattered cough. Now that you have issued the edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? You are a strange, weird little man. I trust you are getting your warriors ready for battle. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. Wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the outer valley. Unless we deal with the second group, they'll attack from the moment we cross the river. You have how large a force? Does Favor think you can't control your home? Many are defecting back to the Vernon Hall. Wrong, and perhaps it is no mean feat to herd this many desperate lives. For every 2 hands of humanity, there is at least 1 finger that snaps from the stressful ways. A few have been lost on the margins, I won't deny that, but if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some deserters. So you need help taking out these Oathbreakers? And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not to kill them, but to add their strength to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to Verdun Guard's secondary camp, though there are all shreds of deception in her voice. I can use your help question this Vara Kell. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. I will speak with the prisoner. I will meet you there. She is waiting by the others. Oh, we have a bronze hammer. And... No. No. I was trying to... Can I not talk to... Oh, I can't talk to these people. Well, these guys are not... I'll take that Frank bronze dagger. What are these tents used for? Is that like a bathroom tent? Uh-oh. Do I need to hit you? I'm Reg. This is Baz. We're wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He orders you to watch it like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone in the camp who'll give you answers or even a smile. Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a sellsword up the beck and call of fat merchants, just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in the local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Cairo showed me a better way. Unity. Purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies, practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join them yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. How about you, Reg? I had a family, a farm, then the course came, and, well, now I have the course. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares about the culling. Odd. Felt awful remembering how I hacked my mom and dad to bits just so I could survive. I don't like these people very much. The fifth eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde, and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic, calling fire from nothing. If my mom and dad could see me now, they'd be so proud. Tell me, Reg and I were conscripted at the Gates of Judgment. He used to fight for Okun, me for Azura. How many fights we survived so far? 11? No, 14. I count each day in Sunder separately. The course is not as bad as it smells. The strong, like me and Reg, we're allowed to take what we want, what we deserve. We live only as well as our strength affords us, as it should be. What can you tell me about Fifth Eye? Reg trades an uncomfortable glance with Baz. They say he shares a direct link with the voices of Narat. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little wild, bloodthirsty, mad, brilliant. I was going to say eccentric. The course isn't picky about who joins the ranks, so you can expect to find some unusual types. Most are as likely to kill you as promote you. Do you know about Vendurin's well? The walls might seem imposing, but the Vendurin Guard do a better job of hiding its weaknesses than fixing them. We took the Citadel once before, we can take it again. We have to, don't we? Though Karos knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. It's not cowardice, it's just superstition. Are you afraid of the Spire? Sorry, Fatebinder, I should have mentioned anything. The fact of the matter is we were told to stay away from spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons that fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same. Imagine a soldier of the course pissing himself over architecture. More like what's underneath it. The Bane look around those old sites and kill anything they can catch unawares. I've no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there were 100 blood chanters at my back. What the hell is the Bane? Me neither, I suppose. Baz, let's see what you can teach me. Let's dance, Binder. Bows, door... Oh, she's actually a really good... Oh, you can only train so many times. How about you? Yeah, ever since the Fatebinder spoke here, I've felt like bugs. Oh, didn't see you, Fatebinder. Was... Fatebinder, welcome back. What has Fifth Eye been teaching you? We'll make this fun. Magic stuff. Subterfuge. I can train in lore, though. I want all the lore. So let's see what we can find in here. We have mead. Let's go up here and talk with this prisoner chick. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunan, the disfavored soldier pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but won't glade. Were I a betting or superstitious man, I'd say fortune must favor me today. I am not. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now one brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as this here mud and shit-sticking chorus camp. Have you anything you'd like to report, soldier? Anything unusual? Cants his head to the one side. What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is strange, malnourished. Beast, but no, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir, and I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, sir. Of course, even if it was, it'd be damn near impossible on anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loot me enough for me to do my detail, and it's not for lack of trying. What do you mean? Lost favor, gained favor. I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from Iron Marshal Iranos for reinforcements if needed. But they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight beside the brethren I could request. Why are you stationed with the chorus? From the way most of my days go, you'd think I was here to row with blood chanters and scarlet furies, but my post is to represent the disfavored interests before Fifth Eye and the scarlet courses, before Marshal Iranos. Not that I've gotten to do much in either as the last man. What do you think? They're rabid dogs, the lot of them. Ever since a screamer racing headlong into battle like a hound chasing a winter hare. Hare I have, and I can tell you more often than not, it's the screamer who ends up skinned and gutted. Leave the campaign to the chaos that's the course, and we're doomed. You act like it's a punishment. Isn't it? I know I effed up to get here. Got 3 days on the whole, and a nice little promotion to go along with my new post. Well, I won't be making the same mistake twice when it comes to the Iron Marshal. I should be out there fighting for Ash's glory, not standing here ready to run back or report should anything ever effing happen. What exactly did you do to end up here? Made the grave mistake of suggesting the Iron Marshal wasn't fully utilizing the Scarlet Course. Well, here I am, a liaison officer to a camp of liars and cheats who'd sooner gut me than ask for my aid. Guess she showed me. Our lives are at risk, and even then you can't get along with the course? Begging your pardon, sir, but I've never fought a battle where my life wasn't on the line. Kind of the nature of war, isn't it? Farewell.
Did you take a look at that?
A bunch of battle plans. I'll take this. What is this? A rusted iron sword. It's only good for money, but I don't care. Hello, Fifth Eye. The Fifth Eye, commander of the local Scarlet Corps, surveys its camp, watching in stillness as all manner of violence and revelry occur around him. He offers a slight nod at your approach. Was there anything else? What is your role in the course? While the whole course remains loyal to the voices of Nerat, I am truly the most loyal, oh so loyal, of his numerous warriors. He is a Crimson Spear, part of the Archon's inner circle. Dozens of the strongest gang bosses answer to him, and from there those orders trickle down to the rest of the army. I am the Archon's martial retrainer and humble servant. I am his eyes and ears, but also his mouth, for I speak with his authority when he is absent, and I am his killing edge when the rabble is moved to war. Did you ask for this honor? I did not have to. The voices of Nerat saw the need inside of me, and through his arcane ministrations burnt away the clinging, clawing parts of me that foolishly resisted his enlightenment. Disgusting as I may find this creature, the Fifth Eye is not the only one who has suffered changes in the service of this war. No, indeed, you ironclad behemoth. Have you ever considered jumping ship and enlisting with the course? With strength like yours, we could have you leading a decorated gang in your first week. If I ever jumped ship, it would only be to sink to the bottom of the waves, beyond the reach of you and your parasite of an Archon. Good thing you mentioned loyalty twice. All the Crimson Spears as odd as you? I would ask you not to speak of the other Fatebinders. I will not speak for the other the Crimson Spears. He's as odd as F because he's an I, not because he's a Crimson Spear. The Spears are a co-determined bunch. Eyes are a breed apart, owning a fraction of the Archons of Secret's madness. Good thing you mentioned. When did you take the vows of the course? Unlike most of the other conscripts here, I did not need a cudgel against the head to see the wisdom of the Archon of Secrets. I proudly joined the course in its innocent days, left my home in Bastard City to join with the incoming course, and the rest is glory and history. These days, you follow the course or die. We who choose the path and kill to defend our place are the old guard. Even if it's been 2 or 3 years, the course has a short memory. What can you tell me about Ascension Hall? At the center of Verdurin's Well, at the base of the mountain spire, is a small fortification. Ascension Hall is the name of the Citadel's inner council chamber. We had left a garrison when this valley was taken in 429, with the Citadel being their base of operations. When the Oathbreakers staged their revolt, the garrison at Ascension Hall was defeated. Makes sense that Kyros's edict would demand that we burn this rebellion back to its point of origin. What do you know of the disfavored commander? Iron Marshal Eranos is a darting warrior, just like the Archon of War. She's one of a few select disfavored cautious and cowardly enough to be trusted with the Archon's iron toddlers. No doubt her primary qualifications include being related to Ash. The Legion's a little big into its pedigree, if you catch my drift. Keep insulting my commander, and I'll slap that mask off your face, now that I'm eager to see what's inside. You've gained wrath, you've gained fear. No, not this time. Perhaps I will respectfully save your censure for a need to act in a more despicable manner. That day is no doubt nigh. We are not children to be corrected and set in a lie. I have long distrusted the court for treating us as such, but I won't challenge you at this juncture. Say your piece about the Iron Marshal. Though I'm loath to speak highly of her, I cannot deny she's a brilliant swordsman, and the other disfavored seem to take her seriously, despite the serious stick that's propped up her backside. Who's the strongest in your camp? I am, naturally. Well, the Archon is, without question, the mightiest in the camp. Daphne is the master trainer here, and she's almost tough enough to take me. She's a biter, don't tell her I told you that, but she can be trusted to fight and lead. And while her humility is lacking, Verse is correct. She's been running with the Furies even longer than Daphne. Too bad that skill and presence did nothing to save her sisters. Sounds like you're insulting my... No humility? I like that in a fighter. Oh, Verse is shredded. A true of decency. Just enough to keep you guessing. You two should get along like a couple of caged parrots squawking to each other's mutual delight. I swear, Fifth Eye gets balmier every time I talk to her. Is there a reliable quartermaster or peddler in the camp? Talk to Snigler Dagos. He's wise enough not to steal from you and only cheat you a little bit. He's right over there, but he has the important honor of trying to arm all my merry little conscripts, so don't expect Kyros's armor or anything. I think I'm supposed to talk to you. So you're Tunan's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive. Death Kneel, Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would be just a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for a name as it is. All Horde recruits seem good for as of late is piling in a reeking mound on the battlefield. Keeps up and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. What do you need? You said something about horde thinning. Swelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been the way of the course for as long as I've been in it. We take our prisoners alive, give them a chance yet to live, to be reborn into something better. Putting any and every able body to the sword like the disfavored do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally. It merely requires the proper coercion. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. Deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Verdian Guards, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been particularly stubborn, so I have a better plan hatched. Brutal, efficient, and what that might be. I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting, instead of flushing ourselves to the gills with oathbreakers claimed from the battlefield. How exactly do you plan to convince them? A knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you've inspired me to try a more diplomatic approach this day. What do you say, Fatebinder? You might be able to ease them into the idea and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. Sure, why not? Sounds like a bit of fun. Remove settlement is now unlocked. The Fury howls a satisfying laugh. My methods are surefire. You'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. What were you expecting? Let's see. From your deeds during the conquest to how you've helped us since then. Suppose I didn't expect much. You've done nothing to challenge it. By core standards, you're no more ordinary than a conscript. Work a little harder on setting yourself apart. Maybe someday you'll live up to your name. You have gained loyalty with Verse. You have gone faithful. I thought that was going to intimidate her. She peels. Maybe there's more to you than there is. What can you tell me of the course? We are the voices of Narat's glory made manifest. In the course, strength rises and the weak feed the soil. Always terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those fit to claim it. We abandon all petty rules for one simple law: the strongest must lead. What's your role? Do you not recognize the Scarlet Fury when you see one? We are the warrior spirit, of course, scholars of sword and shiv. In peace, we train those tough enough to endure our lessons, but wise enough to learn from the best. In battle, it is our duty to slay our foes and inspire the horde with our skill and bravery. We are fearless vanguard of this confused but glorious row. How has the military life treated you? Oh, it's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, I shit what I want, and I kill who I want. Sometimes I even combine pleasures. Ooh, can I bed her? My enthusiasm for the work brought me here, a decorated Scarlet Fury veteran, eh? But I'm looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not above taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you. Just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words, sister. I think this is the person I need to talk to. next one. Please, someone, please. I wish to bow before the voices of Narat. I thought all could find redemption in the course. This one was howling earlier that she knows the location of the Verdian Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing that I wanted to guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the course as a captain, then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Verdian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. Tell me what you know and I can see to your release. You claim you will disavow. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. Kairos is the new strength of the Tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons and then be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. When I joined with the Verdian Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause, one you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of Narat to prove it. Tell me what you know, and I can see to your release. I heard the course is looking for Captain Pelix Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. Start talking now. Well, you see, so I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. Scratch that one. The tall dark one missing most of his face. Check his left book. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With the snap of his fingers, a pair of choirmen yanked the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into Fifth Eye's hands. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. She said that she had information she gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. I'll remain silent. Make the cut shallow, give her time to... We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position out this cryptic mess. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish.
Who is this?
More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
An older gentleman. Oh, it's a mage. Who are you?
I'm Sage Lantry, one of the hired quills that was coordinating missives between the Vendrian Guard captains. They aren't paying me anymore and aren't coming to my rescue. So I'll decipher that parchment for you. That's what smart prisoners do, right? Make themselves useful.
And see a message of modestly bit Tisman speak the Kanto just like the Northerners, but they have a half-dozen different ways of writing it. The script is unknown. Can you read this?
Let me see. I can't. So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
A few hours? Either you can read it or you cannot. What uses a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Your life depends on translating this scroll now.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere.
This guy's not really
If
making
I
me
sat
want to
down
leave
with
him
it
alive.
while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
Another useless prisoner disposal.
Wait, I beseech you, don't dispose of me just yet. A trial, a fair trial is all I ask.
A trial? I was thinking the exact same thing. Never leave to debate what can be settled by strength.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Oh, jeez, I don't know which. 5 options. Okay, so I can be his champion. Release the prisoner at once. I'm taking him into custody. I'm not going to do that. We need the prisoner alive. It is a terrible idea, but as a Fatebinder, it's not my place to tell the courts how to conduct trials on their own land. He obviously has useful information. Let's do this. A servant of justice that knows their proper place. Such a rarity among Tunan's law.
This trial may be a terrible idea, but if I don't entertain them in their court, they'll have more grisly recreation in mind. Please, I'll help you translate the message. I'll do whatever you need.
Then translate it.
How about this? The Fatebinders are trained in magic, correct? Be my champion, protect me through this trial, and I will teach you all I know of the healing arts. Think of all you could help with such mystic lore.
Fine.
Good. I like it when Tunan's puppies get their paws dirty.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus braggarts myself.
You gain favor. Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Trial by combat is upon us. The sage is unbound. If they get, I venture the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Damnation. How many of them do I have to kill? Brothers and sisters, who amongst you sets the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
Send them.
God, okay. Iron trolling. Their target is compelled to attack Barrack while the Fatebinders aid them in.
Let's do it, you and me. We're ready for.
Okay, so I've already killed you. I'm gonna go shield slam you. Everyone else seems to be doing okay. Then let's stab him. We're winning. Oh god, yes, we are definitely winning.
I'm not built for this sort of violence.
Oh, he fell. By the righteous shedding of blood we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. By the custom set forth by the voices of Narat, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell foul of the course yet lived. That was fun. You warriors almost put up a good fight. Gained favor. It really is blood-wetting the leather, is it not? My conscripts need to see more warriors of your skill in action. I thank you for the lesson that you have given the camp. I thought I died. He's unconscious on the ground. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Up, he's up. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I can make out the most important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnettle. So the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Floyd to yield to the course. They will strike at first sight of a course gang, but perhaps they will parlay if yours is the face they see. I know the area, and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. How about you just... Well, this isn't... But I suppose... Are you sure we have time? No time like the present. Crumple, he inks a pattern on the page. We'll start with the first principles. We invoke the magic of Orphan Midwife, Archon of Rebirth. By invoking her sigil, we channel her mastery, however briefly, through our hands. Now trace the sigil, follow his instructions. Since this isn't your first cantrip, I'll move a little quickly, but you can keep up. Gained 5 control life skill ranks. Ooh. And so if you need to heal pain as opposed to purge infection, you move your hand like so. But you know that's enough for now, and I think the rest you can figure out on your own. Don't suppose you've reconsidered the notion of you off. Something's amiss. There's a lot of fight in you. I've met sages every bit as cutthroat as hardened gang bosses. They act the part of doddering scribes, but don't let that fool you. I could use a healer. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting. But I'm not with the Oathbreakers if that's what you're fishing at. I worked with them under duress, but I've no love of them. I'm not about to pledge to the course, and disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kairos-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all of our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries, we've been in a quiet war with the school of tides and the school of wild wrath. You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the bronze dance. So you won't be a parchment weight during a fight. Good to know. I gain loyalty! Oh no, I like to think I'm worth at least 3 or 4 angry peasants. How about you just tell me what... If you swear fealty to me, and I will let you leave this place with me. Oh, well... Whatever. I know I may seem a little old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed, really. I won't slow you down. Lead the way, and let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail it to Tripnettle. If your new pet doesn't behave along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. Yay! We have a new person, and I believe he has preservation. Renting... Make sure nobody else has points to spend. And let's check his... How do I... Dude, I've got tons of reputation. Disfavored. Guard, Landry. Barrack. Ebb. Ebb is super loyalty to me for some reason. This Archon likes me a lot. This Archon not so much. So how do I set his AI? Oh, there we go. His default is party support. He will use Renewal at the start of combat to boost your defenses. He will then use Erase the Record, further increasing party strength. If Landry's health is low, he will use Gift of Moments if an ally will attempt to revive him. I like that. So, that was pretty good. Looks like there's something up here. Oh, there is. Oh, but I can't unlock it. Oh. Well, we'll just go this way. 7 days left. Echo Call, the remote settlement, Tripnettle Wilderness. Let's go here, then here, then here, I say. Take you 6 hours. I like it's my banner. No time like the present to get this thing done so the course doesn't have to worry about their flank. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause right here. I hope you're enjoying this game very much. We are going to be looking at new stuff and continuing this playthrough. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know if you like it, and I'll see you next time here on the Cows channel.